This is dumb.
But with this Good Samaritan thing, listen, I was trained when I was at the Justice Department in firearms, and I was trained in defensive firearm training. It is very hard to hit a moving target. It is hard for people that are trained to hit a moving target. It is very lucky that Good Samaritan hit that moving target in that way. And he had a gun permit, but he wasn't supposed to be in the mall with a gun. So he broke the law, even though he was a...
She's not entirely wrong. Hitting a moving target is not an easy thing to do. That's why we train. But the funny thing about that is Sonny will be the same person that if she found out that you went to the range every week to learn how to use your firearm, you know what she would say to you? Oh my God, why do you do that? What are you practicing for? Are you practicing to be the next mass shooter? Are you practicing to shoot and kill somebody because you want to kill somebody? Sweetie, it wasn't luck. This man braced himself against a pole, took 10 shots and hit 8 from 40 yards away. 80% ain't luck. That's skill. That boy can shoot. And that's what he did. But instead of giving him his flowers and praising him for what he did, you couldn't take a second just to, you know what? My position on the issue aside, this guy saved lives and we're going to thank him and hail him as the hero that he is. Nah, you couldn't even do that because all you did was critique this man and you didn't even do it from a position of being informed. You got all the information wrong.
But he wasn't supposed to be in the mall with a gun. So he broke the law.
He didn't have a permit. He didn't need one either because in Indiana, they have constitutional carry. And constitutional carry means you don't need a permit. So they passed that 17 days ago. Could you imagine what would have happened here if they hadn't passed that and he didn't carry his firearm? I said that in my video about the shooting. On top of that, this man didn't break any laws. He broke no laws. Yeah, sure, the mall said you couldn't bring a gun in there, but under Indiana law, you can carry a gun into a place that says you can't keep guns. However, if the owner asks you to leave and you don't, then you're considered a trespasser, therefore breaking the law. But none of that happened here. What you had was one individual actually breaking the law in that he was going into a mall to slaughter and murder people. That's illegal as hell. But you have nothing to say about the shooter. You have nothing to say about the guy who went in there to murder people. But when it comes to the guy who actually saved, who knows how many lives this man saved, you have nothing but contempt and critique. You dismissively call him the Good Samaritan. Nah, that boy's a hero. He is a hero, whether you like it or not. He saved lives. He saved a bunch of them, and he did it effortlessly. They do not want to reinforce the narrative that people, civilians, can and do protect themselves with guns. They need to keep pushing the narrative that guns don't protect you. Guns don't keep you safe. Guns just kill you. They need you to be a perpetual victim. Sonny sees herself as a perpetual victim, period. She wants to rely on other people to keep her safe. And not only does she want other people to keep her safe, she wants you to rely on them too. But if we take one look at what happened in Uvalde, you can't even do that. So what happens when the people are tasked with keeping you safe can't keep you safe? What's your fallback? What can you do to protect yourself in that moment? If you don't have a firearm, nothing. They don't want that narrative. They need you to be a perpetual victim because you can control perpetual victims. It's no different than the role of a pimp and a prostitute. You keep them in a perpetual state of you can't do anything for yourself, let me do it for you. But here's the problem. What happens when the pimp is the person you need protection against? Then what? What are you gonna do then? But at the end of the day, this man is a hero. Don't call him anything else. Don't call him a good Samaritan. Don't call him a nice, nah, he wasn't a good guy with the gun who stopped. He's a hero. We can talk about the mass shooters that go on and slaughter 30 people. We'll talk about them all day long, get into the deep enthralls of what their life was like, their motivations, all that stuff. We'll do that for countless weeks on end. But when a guy actually uses a firearm to protect his girlfriend and everybody else in that mall, you have contempt and critique. You need to ask yourself if you're one of these people in the middle trying to make a decision on which way you want to go with respect to gun control in this country. You need to ask yourself, one side likes to keep you in the dark. One side likes to keep you ignorant. One side likes to take advantage of your fears, manipulate and say, here, depend on me because having a gun in your home is 18 billion times likely you're going to use it to kill yourself and somebody else in your family. Nonsense. I've debunked those millions of times. those stats, the stats they give you, they're wrong. They're misleading. So which side? The side that wants to keep you ignorant on the issue? The side that won't even have a conversation with other people? I dare you. Dare anyone, all the people watching this who happen to watch this are in the middle, send them a message. Send the view a message. Say, hey, can you have Colion Noir come on there and have this conversation with you? I guarantee it won't happen. Hell, it doesn't even have to be me. Just have anybody who's a 2A advocate to get up there and have that conversation. No, and I don't mean somebody who is just right-wing and just happens to be pro-gun. I'm talking a 2A advocate. Have them come on there and have that conversation. As many times and as many videos as I've done on The View, y'all clearly like talking about it, but they won't have it. So you have to ask yourself, what side do you want? The side that has no problems having that conversation? The side that says, here are all the facts? The side that says, here's all the information, I hide nothing? The side that says, hey, those guys over there, let's bring them over here. We'll have the conversation together and let you decide. They won't do any of that. They won't, because they don't want the truth to get out. They don't want you to be informed. And so you have to think, do you really want to trust a side that doesn't want you to be informed on the issue? And if that's the case, ask yourself, why? Why don't they want me to know the facts? Why don't they want me to know the information? Why don't they want to have the conversation? And then, once you understand that, then you understand my frustration. And then you'll probably realize this ain't about keeping you safe. This ain't about saving your life. This is about controlling you. With that being said, you see the hat, I'm the militia. I got to tell you, if this case doesn't demonstrate how much you yourself are the militia, because the militia is regular people coming together with their guns to defend their country, their lives, and their people that they love. If this situation doesn't prove that, I don't know what will. You are the militia. You are your first responder. As you saw, there were no cops in that mall. He had to make a decision on his own to get out there and protect himself, protect his girlfriend, and protect the people in that mall. So he, in that moment, he was the militia. And you are the militia, whether you want to be or not.
You know, we talk a lot about empowerment in this country, except for when it comes to the Second Amendment. However, I can't think of anything more empowering than having the most effective tool to protect you and your family. So help me spread this message by liking and sharing this video with everyone you know. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, because the Second Amendment, when it said militia, it wasn't talking about the government. It was talking about you. Also, if you want to know where to find the I'm the Militia shirt and merchandise, click the I'm the Militia link in the description section of this video.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure you hit that bell symbol.